Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Get the chat up. We are on our way to the Capitol this morning. It's supposed to be a massive protest today at 1 o'clock. The Capitol, the Capitol Police, DPS, I say the Capitol Police, Department of Public Safety, State Troopers, have shut the Capitol down for the day, and parking garages in the area. They've shut the whole area down. So we're going to go down there a little bit early, kind of truck around, see what we can see if we can get a good parking spot before the protest starts. That way I don't have to walk 10 miles to get there. Today could be kind of interesting as let me shut the music off. What'd I do? Today could be kind of interesting as we have the Daniel Perry pardon that came out last week. It's got a bunch of people up in arms. So there could be some of that kind of protest happening today, along with the Palestinian mess that's still happening. So it's going to be an interesting day today. We'll see what happens. I've got batteries charged. I'm missing. I usually operate on these protests with 2 phones, but of course I lost my Samsung S22 at the University of Texas and never got it back. So that sucks. That was an expensive ass phone is what that was. It's going to be hot today. It's going to be incredibly hot today, actually. So at the protest at the university the other day, we had people dropping like flies because of the heat, and it's going to be much hotter today than it was then. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of interested to see if they have the mass casualty buses, the ambulances from Corpus Christi out here. We'll see what happens. But state troopers are not messing around this time. They're not going to put up with any riffraff at the Capitol. I can tell you right now, if anybody starts getting out of hand, they're going to shut it down quick. This isn't the university. This is the state capitol, and I'm going to tell you right now, they will not put up with any of this mess. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. See if we've got any of the black bloc people out here with their umbrellas and garbage can shields, and we'll see what happens. I am getting to the point where I'm a little over it with the protest. But it's newsworthy. People want to see it. So we're going to be there. I got to stop down here. I need to get some electrolyte beverages for my backpack. At the meet and greet last week, I said something that I'm regretting already. I was talking poo-poo about politicians, and that's coming back to haunt me. I've made some politicians mad, and I've gotten some really not nice messages from people. I don't like politicians. I'm not a big politician fan. I think it's a nasty business to be in. And during the meet and greet, during my where I was giving a small speech, I had mentioned to people, and I did it off the cuff. It wasn't planned. I had some remarks planned, but when I started talking about the politicians, that was not planned at all. And I mentioned how I'm not a big fan of politicians, and I've gotten a lot of messages from politicians that are not happy that I mentioned that. Hey, Peter, Deal for today. Palestinian protest. That's what's on the menu for today at the Capitol. We're going to go up Lamar. We're going to kind of truck around the Capitol and see what's what. See if anybody's planning anything. See if we see anybody getting stuff ready. If there's going to be any nastiness today, they're going to organize around outside of the Capitol. And then they will walk in. So we'll see. Or today may just remain completely peaceful and they just go out there and let their voices be heard. And if that's the case, then hell yeah, more power to them. What time? It is supposed to start at 1 o'clock today. So what time is it? 10? So in about 3 hours. It's supposed to start in about 3 hours. I was told by some people that work for the state that the Capitol's closed. All of the state parking garages, anything that the state controls in that area is closed. They have closed it all down to everybody. And we all know that state police, especially at the Capitol, they will not put up with any bullshit today. If people start getting out of hand, troopers are going to shut that shit down quicker than anything. Yeah, I hope it's peaceful. If they stay peaceful, that is the best thing that they can do for their cause anyway, and show that they're not, that they're not what they're being portrayed to be, If it's peaceful, more power to them, man. But the minute that it gets out of hand, that's where the problems come in. And today, I heard, so it's, I can't pronounce it, Nakaba, I think is how you spell it, Nakaba, or, I can't pronounce it, it's a Middle Eastern word, and it means something, it's a pretty serious thing over in the Middle East, so they're using this as an excuse. It's like Injustice Day or something like that. So they're using it as an excuse to get together and do what they do. Happy clouds. All right. It's going to be a beautiful day. Nope, there's nothing wrong at all with peacefully protesting, and that's what I'm saying. If they're going to just get together and let their voices be heard, man, I'll be right there, right along with them. That is what makes everything worth it in this country, is being able to peacefully protest and have your voice be heard. It's a good thing. But the minute the riffraff starts, but the problem is, you get, 90% of the people there that are there to peacefully protest, but then you get a pocket of agitators that's just there to start shit. Then they get the cops to respond, and then it just devolves into a big mess. So you get most of the people that show up, they're actually there to peacefully protest, and it takes just a handful of people to screw it up and to provoke a response from the cops, man. And it happens all the time. It's Euro 2 is given the land to settle in. Oh, is that what it is? Alright, that makes sense. Well, I knew it was something important over there. I'm going to run into the Texas market and I'm going to get some. Okay. I'm going to put you guys on some music while I go in and get some water. You guys are gonna y'all gonna chill out to some Texas tornadoes. Okay. Okay. You guys watch the car. I'll be right back. Let's see what I miss. Yeah, it'd be a little funny. We would see the dash. Man, that would not be funny. That would not be funny, Peter. How dare you put that juju on me? That would be horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. No, I didn't like it this time. Funny enough. Alright, I got water, electrolyte, bananas. I got a bunch of electrolyte. I got a bunch of water. I got some bananas. Let's see. I got 2 batteries. I only have 1 phone today. I have 2 charging cords. I have my... oh, you know what? Yes, I need to charge that too. Let's see. I have my... I have a stabilizer now. Look at me, man, stepping up. I have a stabilizer. No 5-hour energies. No 5-hour energies. I am off the 5-hour energies. Rods up. I had a bad problem with the 5-hour energies. Ask Peter how bad my problem was with the 5-hour energies. We went down to the border, man. I was living on 5-hour energies. And I left so many empties in his truck, his wife thought Peter was the crackhead. Why did I drink them? What do they have in them? It's just a bunch of caffeine, really. That's really all that's in them is caffeine. Caffeine. Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do any of the energy drinks anymore. I've stopped drinking all of them. They're bad for you, man. But see, I don't like coffee, but I definitely like caffeine. But it took a minute. Once I stopped drinking the 5-hour energies, I think I went through like caffeine withdrawal. I'm not kidding you. I don't know if that's a thing, if it's possible, but I would get shaky. I'd have a headache. Like, it was weird, and it lasted for about a week. Yeah, I'm off of caffeine right now, so I'm not going back. Oh, is that a real thing? Is caffeine withdrawal a real thing? Because I would swear to you that I was having some kind of withdrawals after I stopped drinking the caffeine. Seriously, I would get headaches. I would get shaky. So I'm off caffeine and almost all sugar. No, not yet. I'm getting stuff ready. We're heading down to the Capitol right now. I just had to stop at the store to get some supplies. I got my hella expensive battery. Damn thing. But you know what? I'm glad I bought that actually, because it's came in handy more than once now. Well, if caffeine withdrawal is a real thing, I swear to you, once I stopped drinking those 5-hour energies, I don't know if you heard me say this a while ago, but I would get these really, really bad headaches, and I would get shaky, and it was not a very pleasant feeling. And it lasted about a week before I stopped having them. Hey baby, que paso? Was your only vato? You guys know who the Texas tornadoes are? Y'all know the Texas tornadoes? They have that song, Hey Baby, Que Paso? Ernie and is a friend of mine. He's a drummer for the Tornadoes, and they have been playing again kind of recently. Flacco, the accordion player, is not really playing with them anymore. He's a little older. But Doug Som's son, Sean Som, does the vocals for them a lot. And and then you got Augie Myers. They all live here in Austin, by the way. Ernie lives down in South Austin. I don't really know where Augie lives, but Ernie does a set pretty much every week at the Mercado down on South First. But getting to meet, I've always loved like Doug Som and the Sir Douglas Quintet. These guys, I loved them growing up. Now getting to know these guys, getting to be friends with them, it's pretty awesome, man. They're pretty cool dudes. Augie is he's an older feller now. Ernie not as old as Augie, but Ernie is still beating the drums, man. I love meeting with these guys and talking with them. Ernie reached out to me quite some time ago and said, "Hey, I love your work. Why don't you come see me down at the Mercado?" I was like, "You got it. The rest is history." I'd like to get him in here on a stream and talk to you guys about the Tornadoes. Be a lot of fun, huh? Speaking of them, it's the San Antonio National Anthem. Peter, I will be. It just depends on. It just really depends on what's happening at the Capitol. I mean, if Rod's up, they are from here actually, San Antonio. It just really depends on what's happening at the Capitol. If it's just gonna be a peaceful protest, nothing happening, I'm not gonna, sit out in the sun all day just waiting on them to do something stupid. But if it turns crazy, I'll be there till it's over. Oh yeah, Dell. Peter, I have to send you a message. Telling you, man, it's sad, but you know what? I got to thinking about that a while back, Zero, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy that's only, that's just chasing around the bloods and guts. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the guy that, but if it's a bad thing. Like people, if people are not watching what you're doing, it's not sustainable. You can't make money from it. And you know what? That's why everybody says, if it bleeds, it leads. And that's why the news puts on all of the nasty shit that happens. It's because that's all people want to watch. Street fights guy. But again, look how big his account got from the street fights, man. They say if it bleeds, it leads. Boom. And that is 100% honesty. In this business, you got to put on what people want to watch. And if people don't want to watch it, you're not long for this business. It sucks, man. And I'm going to tell you right now, like mental health wise, when, like, my whole world revolves around nastiness now, like murder, the worst part of this city, homelessness, murders, rape, officer involved shootings. It's like my whole world revolves around that. And man, mental health wise, like, it gets to me. And my wife is always bitching at me, telling me that I need to calm down with it and come back, because it's like you walk along that razor's edge between. It just sucks, man. People want to watch you're right. I mean, it's true. It's the same thing. It's the reason why my homeless camp videos do so well. It's like looking at a car accident. When you pass a car accident on the street, you're gonna look at it. I don't care how much you don't want to look at it, you're gonna look at it. And the same thing with the homeless camp stuff. You may not want to look at people at their worst, but you're gonna look at it, man. That's the only reason I've been able to sustain it to where we're at now. Yeah, Peter, I hear you. It sucks, man. It gets me. Like, I'll find myself, like, what was it? Not last week, but the week before, man, I had a horrible week that week. I almost shut this shit down 3 different times week before last. Because it was a bad week. The worst week I've had since I've been doing this. Well, Rod's up. I appreciate it. I've got to try to find that balance to get away from it for a while. I do this almost 7 days a week now, and it's because if you stop putting out content, the algorithm stops recommending you, and I got to stop that. I've got to I don't know what I'm trying to say. I got to find a way to get away from it for a day or two. Like 7 days a week going all day, it's not sustainable. Burnout is very, very real. I get sick and tired of seeing this shit on a daily basis. I don't want a regular job, man. I did a regular job my whole life, man, and I love doing this. I love doing this more than anything. It just, there's a balance. You gotta find that balance. I've got to find the balance, and so far I haven't been able to find it, but I will. Did y'all see the homeless guy sitting out there flipping everybody off? Did y'all see that? We're gonna go back around. I want y'all to see this. I left my regular job. It keeps me in my balance. Did y'all see that? Did the camera catch him doing that? He's out there sweeping the roadway, and when people are not stopping for him, he's flipping people off. You know what? That's that guy. Holy shit, I know that guy. Peter, no, you don't want a regular job. Do what you're doing, man. Do what you're doing. Nobody wants a regular job. Who wants that 9-to-5-er? It's awesome to be able to, set your own schedule, and it's pretty awesome. But at the same time, it kind of sucks when the bills are due, and then that, you gotta make money out of nothing. Oh shit, you do? Yeah, you don't do anything. I know better than that. I know better than that. You need to come out here and stream with me some more. Get the excitement up, man. Get pepper sprayed at a protest. I'm telling you, it'll take away the boredom. I'll tell you one thing. These cops, man, at these protests, they don't, they when shit starts hitting the fan and they start, people start getting rowdy, they don't care if you got a press pass around your neck or not. I think the Fox 7 cameraman found out. He found out the hard way. That guy. Hey, speaking of that, Zero, I planted a garden this past week at my house. I took Tuesday off. Was it Tuesday? I think I took Tuesday off. And I got my garden going at the house. I got my plums from my plum tree. Man, I got a plum tree, an apple tree, a cherry tree, and a peach tree. And the plums are awesome, man. They're small this year. They're really small, but holy shit, are they sweet, and they taste really, really good. Those plums, I don't know why they're so small this year. They're tiny, but man, they're good. Tiny little things. Yeah, seriously, they're no bigger than maybe a little bit bigger than like a bird egg. You know, like a robin's egg. They're tiny, but man, they're sweet. Yeah, I probably should, but we just got this place in November of last year, so this is the first year that I've had fruit out of them. And all the other fruit trees that I've had, the plums have been bigger. These are just small. I don't know if it's the tree, or maybe you're right, it needs fertilizer, but I'll tell you what, they are absolutely delicious. It is so awesome to be able to walk outside and pick a piece of fruit off a tree and eat it. I planned my garden, even got a plow for the tractor and haven't done it yet. Better get it done, man. You're gonna run out of time. I got onions planted and potatoes planted and cabbage planted, and I love cabbage. I've got some more. We're planting tomatoes and squash. My wife has another. She's planting. I forget what it is she's planting. It's another vegetable that I don't really like too much. String beans. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll buy one of your cows. We'll slaughter them, and I got a deep freeze just ready for the meat, man. Come on, you know you want to give me a cow. I think I'm gonna go to the Home Depot. Blah, 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 blah. Fruit. Yeah, fruit trees are awesome. They are so awesome. And when we bought this place already, whoever had it before us had planted the fruit trees quite some time back. And that's the thing. I haven't found too many of the plums yet with worms. I haven't seen. Let's see, tore up my beets and onions. Well. What do you put on your plants to keep the worms off of them? Peter, you may know more about that. I wish we had enough vegetables to trade for a cow, but we got a small garden. But we went and bought a bunch of mason jars, canning supplies. We're going to be canning our vegetables for this winter. And then there is I can't remember the name of it. It's like B&R Cattle, or I forget what it is, but it's a farm not far from where I live that you can buy meat from their cattle, and it's fresh meat. Yeah, I'll take half of one too. I'll take half of a cow and half of a pig. Growing up, we farmed. My family, that's all we did was farm. And I remember when I was a little boy, I was about 5 years old, and we had this one cow that my dad had put in a pen up by the barn, and I couldn't figure out why he had done that. And then Saturday morning, up in McKinney, there used to be a slaughterhouse just right outside of town, a processing plant, and they loaded this heifer up on a trailer and took her off. And I'm gonna tell you right now, they came back about 6 hours later with just a head that he hung up above the smokehouse. That was my first introduction to how life actually worked. and where we actually got our food. It destroyed me, man, as a kid, because I love those cows, and then to know that we were eating those cows, it destroyed my soul. But it is, it's the circle of life, man. Kids need to know where their food's coming from. But it did, man. It broke my heart to have to eat that cow. Let's see, is this 12th Street? I need 11th Street. I may kill the satellite and go with my live pack, because these buildings are going to kill my signal. If we lose the signal, I will be back on shortly. I'll fire up the live pack and be back on shortly. I think these buildings are going to kill